You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and the cloudy sky is coming down the hole. Today we are doing the song Overthrower. Thank you so much, Blade, for your Patreon request this month.
I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait to get through at least one album so I have one to listen to on my own. We are back with our friends from the Cloudy Sky album artwork. It looks like they've got some color to them today, and they're sailing away in a houseboat in the ocean. So I'm curious to see what Overthrow has in store for us. If you've been enjoying Cloudy Sky and want to check out the ones that we've already done, take a look at the half a dozen on our channel. And if you're excited to have more Cloudy Sky come down the rabbit hole, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments below what your favorite Cloudy Sky song is.
There's so many to choose from. A wide variety of music this person puts out. Let's check it out.
It's a lot more animation to this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're moving a bit. They're looking at each other too.
Yeah, they're looking at each other. The water down the corner is moving.
One thing I just must say is this gives me a big singer-songwriter vibe mixed with like EDM and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. So it feels like this guy's just playing by himself, but then he has this imagination of what other sounds he wanted to go with this when he's just playing by himself.
100%.
And that's the way I picture how this works, and it's just phenomenal. Something I just must say, because it's something I've noticed from a couple of them from the trickle, is they got the leaves and the grass back, and there's usually growing in some random spots, because you wouldn't normally see on a houseboat grass like that growing out of the cracks unless they're just letting it stay there. So
it does look to me like the houseboat is docked just because of the way the water is lapping up against this rock.
I know that, but I'm saying, like, how does grass start growing in a boat?
Yeah, because it's docked there.
So that grass starts growing in a boat when it's docked?
Mm-hmm. From like moss.
And they're just going to leave it?
We had a houseboat back on Denman Island.
Right.
And when you leave it docked for so long, nature just takes over and it just engulfs it almost instantly.
So these people maybe just want to stay, and that's part of, they need to go out. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
I can't keep up with the past, running in your shoes, but I'm not giving up like you did. All the things you said were useless. I've been glad to have saw a hole inside the floor, and then I jumped down. I don't see it anymore, but I can hear the sound. It's sweeping like a chord, and now you're not around. And I've been glad to have saw the hole inside the floor, and then I jumped down. I don't see it anymore, but I can hear that sound. It's sweeping like a chord, and now you're not
Oh, you can hear the rain so well. Was that rain always in the back? Or are you just hearing it nicer now?
I'm just hearing it nicer now, but I think it may have always been there.
That's a nice effect. Beautiful. We don't get these type of experiences.
Not often, no.
No.
Loving it. So something you actually said at the beginning made me think and actually helped me a lot with how this music was going, about where the grass was coming from.
Right, with all the cracks.
And all the cracks and everything. And so I started actually looking at it a little differently when I was listening to it, because it's such an energetic, uplifting song, like track.
It is.
But the imagery on it is like the rain, and there's
gloomy.
like the tarp, and it's really gloomy.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, like when you brought up like, well, why is there the grass there? Like, does that just happen? And I realized like this is probably those two have this boat that's been sitting there forever,
ready for
and
their
it's
journeys.
and they're ready to like build it, have their journey, make it nice, and they're sitting there in the window, tarp pulled off.
Yeah.
Like, how do we make this go?
No
How do we
kidding.
get it out into the ocean?
Yeah.
And like this track, if it's a story, please keep letting me know the
Yeah,
story.
no kidding.
Right?
It feels like
so
it is.
It feels like a story. So I can just see these two. They're sitting in their houseboat that they just got, and they're looking at all this grass growing through the cracks. It's docked. They just pulled the tarp off.
Yep.
It's raining. They're discussing their adventure they're about to go on, and then they're gonna go into Curses, which is gonna be where they're in the rough water.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I
Right,
don't know
and
what place the
we don't
story
know the
was, but
place
the story
order.
sure looks like you could put it into a story, like you're
You
saying.
could.
Then they're out in the water there with the previous one we did. But
And he's like, grab my hand, come on, we can make it through this, it's okay.
another thing I thought of, just to add that on a little twist, is this is called Overthrower.
Yes.
So I didn't know if maybe one of those two want to kick the other one out first.
And throw them over the
And
boat.
like, I need you out so I actually can go.
Yeah, that's interesting too. And I didn't actually think of it that way, but like that's a really like very powerful way.
Because that's why I was so confused. Like, why haven't they left? It's like, what else are they waiting for? And if it's an overthrower, maybe that's the one thing that they're waiting for. It's just like, I don't want you to go on this journey, but like
I need to go on. Sorry, I need to go on this journey alone.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of what I was feeling.
yeah. And like this, I love that this was in color, that it was a lot more animated.
Yeah.
Like just gives you that, again, that lo-fi vibe that I'm in love with.
Which is like a big study tool for people. It's like one of those, like if you haven't heard of lo-fi, that's the best way to explain it. So when you go onto Spotify and lo-fi beats give you nice cool beats with no lyrics.
There's
right?
actually a YouTube channel that plays 24/7 lo-fi, just
Yeah.
was playing for 3 years. Then they had, apparently that was the longest you could have a video on live for on YouTube.
Right.
So they had to start over
But
again.
that's a perfect way to tell what type of vibe it gives.
And it's such a good vibe. I'm loving this artist
Mm-hmm.
so much. Please let me know as much as you can about this artist, because again, I feel what you're feeling with that singer-songwriter where
Yeah.
a guy with his guitar and he's like, no, but I also need this and I need this static and I need this distortion. Someone who maybe has ADHD and they're just like that neurodivergent kind of feel, because that's what
very
I'm
everywhere.
getting in
Yeah.
my mind when I'm listening to it, is a very neurodivergent feel where
kidding, eh?
and it's beautiful for me because I have
Can you explain neurodivergent?
so people whose neurodivergent follows with like people who have autism, who have ADHD,
Okay.
all those they all affect
Neurological?
neurological. So
Yeah.
their neurological system fires differently than someone
Diversity.
who's
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
I have an ADHD diagnosis.
So your neurons are firing differently
Yeah,
than
you-
normal.
yeah,
As
essentially.
a simple way to explain it.
As in simplified terms. And
Right.
so for me, when I'm listening to the music and I've got something happening up here, I have something in my right
Which
and
it
my
is.
left, and then it's like spinning, I'm in love with it. So that's something that's very popular in the neurodivergent community.
That makes
is
sense.
having like running multiple tracks together on songs that shouldn't fit together but do fit together, and you can
Yeah.
listen to all three of them at the same time. And I'm getting a very similar feel with this, with A Cloudy Sky, on how he's writing his music, but he's also has so many things, like his neurons are firing.
He's like, I need this
all
here, I need
over.
this
He's
here.
like, I need this distortion, I need this. We're going to throw this bass in here and this bass in here. We're going to have birds flying in the corner.
And the way to perfectly send that off when you're saying everything's everywhere, what I loved about the rain is it brought it all into one spot again. Even though it was literally everywhere, it wasn't just some places. The rain was hitting every spot where it didn't feel like it was jumping everywhere, so it was just fully engulfed. And it happened at the end.
It grounded you.
It grounded you right
right
at
at
the
that
end.
And I adore this artist.
And I don't know if it would have been better or worse, but if that rain static thing was going throughout the whole song and it only just appeared at the end because of the layering that he then stripped off, I don't know if that made it better or worse, but it still was memorable.
I'm like 99% sure that the rain was at the beginning and at the end with
Right.
that grounding, like you're saying.
Right, eh?
So I'm sure it was playing all the way through. I will definitely have to listen to this track again,
No kidding.
just to see, because now I'm really curious about if that's something that I missed.
No kidding. So there's a lot that we can talk about on this. I definitely want a houseboat now. I'd love to go traveling in the ocean. That's what it's making me want to do. So I hope you guys are getting inspired by this music too. Blade, you're the best. We thank you. We are leaving the rabbit hole now, folks.
Peace and love, everyone.
I was rhyming so much I wanted to try to keep rhyming, but I can't. We love you guys. God bless.
Peace and love. Bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special shout out to all of our patrons and YouTube members. We appreciate all of your support.